Hey, it's Erika. Welcome to my first listen for Kang Daniel's Act, his latest EP mini album. There's only 5 tracks on it, so we're going to be checking out everything except for Electric Shock. Go to my music video reaction to get my thoughts on there. Is this late? Yes, but what can I do about it? So I'm trying to catch up on first listens. I got like 10 I gotta do. So I'm trying, girl, I'm trying. It's taking a lot out of me because I just had 2 videos I had to react to today. So that would have been nice, would have been more peace of mind, but if I ain't struggling, it ain't me. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. I think it's so genius calling it act, like another act, another chapter, another part of his story. But also he's an actor, then also very kind of film heavy production of Electric Shock. Was really dope. It's really clever. There's a lot of layers, a lot of meaning here. But also, am I acting in my everyday life? I don't know. So I really love that, just the title of it in general. But we got Losing Myself, Get Loose, Come Back to Me featuring Chung, Slay, and 9 Lives. So I'm excited to dive into all of them. I do color-coded lyric videos for this, just for me and you to follow along together in real time, lyrically, what is happening with the tracks. So we don't gotta waste any more time. We can start getting into this. I for sure wasted plenty of time thus far not doing this sooner, but I literally, girl, life is a mess. Trying to work a full-time job and do this is not the easiest. Well, because like if I'm working in film, it's just I can't record it the same day, but like working 8-hour shifts, I can't. I do have sort of more free time to be able to do this, so I'm trying. So I don't fall behind, and even more behind, and more behind, and more behind. But anyways, Kang Daniel, Losing Myself is the first one. You know what it, Lego. Are we gonna rock out? Sure. Okay, yeah. I think rock suits Kang Daniel so well. So when he first kind of started doing it, I'm like, oh, like Paranoia? Paranoia vibes? Interesting, but cool. Oh. It's kind of more like alternative. Because there's very electronic kind of EDM influence, but also rock at the same time. So that's alternative. It's kind of like if Paranoid and Antidote were in one song. It's kind of like I was feeling these things, especially Lost in the Dark. That's a bar literally from Paranoia. But then it's like I'm not gonna feel like that anymore. So it's like Antidote, but just in one song, it's dope. And the drop is cool. Because I don't even think I've heard anything like this. It's sick. All right, that was dope. I mean, it sounds crazy. There's it's like it's supposed to be like a guitar riff, but it's like it's something else entirely. Or maybe it's like a distorted guitar. I don't know instruments. But it sounds so sick. It's so cool. So it's like rock structure, but it's kind of like you throw an alternative, right? And a lot of like rock and metal groups, metal. It depends. Kind of do go for like an alternative number. Eventually, I feel like at any point in their career, well, it depends on the group, you know what I mean? But a lot of that were popular in the 2000s and the earlier 2010s kind of went more like alternative. So, but I'm not like mad at it at all. Like I like alternative stuff too. But yeah, so it's kind of like giving those vibes. And again, concept-wise, it's kind of like Paranoia and Antidote in one is kind of just being just like, hey, I have these feelings. But hey, I ain't gonna live like that no more. I ain't gonna lose myself anymore, you know? It's kind of just like another, well, if I had to like say like, it's not like another version of it, but that's kind of like conceptually what it's giving. But I like it. I think it's dope and stuff. Like starting off the first track, I ain't living like that no more. You know what I mean? And I think it's bold because it is like his first kind of first release in a new label? Yes. Yeah, sure. Was it the other one? Anyways, whatever. I think it's really great. I think it's bold concept-wise. It's a bold sound to start off with. And I think rock really does suit him. So I kind of like that he's kind of exploring that a little bit more. Because the last few times he has explored it, I'm like, no, this is kind of very fitting. This is really dope. And kind of seen him do it a little bit more and stuff. It's not just a trend, you know what I mean? My camera might die. It's gonna for sure die in this first listen. So there may be a point where it just stops. So yeah, or actually I can stop it now and change my battery. Hang on, real quick cut. And we're back. Okay, so we're gonna be checking out the next track, Get Loose. Excited to be diving into another one. I think the first track was starting off great, starting off bold. So yes, let's get into Get Loose. I don't know what to expect for all the tracks. Sometimes he does some different stuff. All right, you know, with it, give me a second. I need a second. Okay, let's go. Oh. Is it gonna be groovy? I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, sound-wise, it's completely different. It's a lot more experimental. Was that a no day? Producer tag? Who's here to stay? 기분 좋겠어, just smile like me. 즐겨봐 and believe. Forget about the winning. 여기서는 이미 모든 게 worth it. Take it slow. Now every moment. It took over my body. Walking tall, no be. All I see is get in the mood. Now we vibing. Who's got that cool? Oh, anti-drop? You going anti-drop on me? Oh yeah, you in this mood. You better just set it up, get loose. Oh yeah, get loose, get loose. See? Don't specify. We'll set you free, yeah, set you free, yeah, set you free, yeah. 기분 좋겠어, just smile like me. 즐겨봐 and believe. Forget about the winning. 여기서는 이미 모든 게 worth it. Take it slow. Now every moment. 이제 느껴봐. Walking tall, no be. All I see is get in the mood. Now we vibing. Who's got that cool? I thought it was. I knew it was an anti-drop, but my body just wants to move. You in this mood. You better just set it up, get loose. Oh yeah, get loose, get loose. Let it slide. 생각들 다 take the ride, 고민 없는 곳에. Ride or die. 난 내려놔. I can vibe, feel so right. Who's got that cool? You tryna be me, then just get loose. I mean, yeah, I kind of thought maybe it was a bit more groovy, but I like what we're doing here. It's very interesting to see a lot of days when artists are going to different labels and kind of how it's like experimental on what they were like kind of always doing. Like I feel the same vibe kind of happened with Taemin's album. All right, I like that one. That was fun. That's kind of groovy, you know. And I was kind of doing research with like the producers there. That's why I was kind of looking down at my phone a lot. It's all for the video, just for my brain to understand. But yeah, no, I think that was dope. And then you kind of get Electric Shock, banger of a title track. I kind of like it. How are we gonna finish out this album? I kind of like it. No, I like it. I like the flow. I like the vibe so far. So the next track we got is "Come Back to Me" featuring Chung. Excited as always. Miss Chung has been serving everything she's been doing lately, hitting up crazy collabs. Her solos have been amazing, so I'm excited to get this collab. So yes, you know what, let go. They're both on Produce 101. And sort of in a similar situation to Kang Daniel. Is it all English? Okay, Chung, I hear you backing vocals. Okay. It's a very Kang Daniel sound, but oh, her voice scared me. Okay. That sort of bounce back and forth and then the switch, Chung. Nice. It's kind of like the track I always thought Kang Daniel might like always do, like the sound. I mean, Chung is a perfect collab because, like, vocally, she's gonna pull it, she's gonna slay. But again, like, I like the concept though. Any of them kind of being in similar situations, both on Produce 101, both in new labels, you know, kind of doing different stuff, cool stuff with their recent solo stuff. Ooh. But I kind of like how the track isn't necessarily about that and their journeys. But it's a good track. And their voices sound great together. Wow. Like, I kind of want more. I like their vibes together. Oh, yes. Give me Chugha ad-libbing. Gives me life. I might be leaning to this one to be my more favorite on the album. I mean, they're all good. But I love the vibes. It was so good. They sound so great together. The track is really cool. Again, it's such a different sound to get, like, it's like Kang Daniel, but it's kind of like experimental remix sort of like vibe to it, you know what I mean? Like, it all sounds like Kang Daniel, it all feels like him, but there's some sauce here, you know? But I loved it. I think it's fantastic. It's a great track. It's probably my favorite. I don't know, it's very weird, right? Because it's very much kind of like giving mid to later 2010s EDM type of vibe to it, which they were both a part of, you know, also too, as well. But I kind of like it. I like it a lot. It's kind of like scratching that itch, but I can never say that I was a fan when that music was popular in like the West, in like America, when that was like every type of track that was coming out. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it. That's why I was so into K-pop. Well, many reasons. I was into K-pop, but like, it's kind of like giving like a nostalgia for that vibe, but then also it's like, I didn't even like it. So what am I feeling nostalgia for? And why is it kind of like gonna probably be my favorite track on the album? I think it's great. It's a little more emotional, you know what I mean? Well, I feel like, at least with like Losing Myself in this one, they kind of lean a little bit more emotional, but yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling the vibes. It's definitely just, I don't know. It's like, I think it's much more the like low-key chiller vibes. And now it's kind of just like a little bit like a come down. Like, I feel like it's a great driving track. You can listen to it at night. And so, I don't know. There's vibes. It's just vibes. Vibes all around. So we're going to check out the last track, 9 Lives. Excited to dive into this, see how we're finishing out the album. I hit my tripod. Sorry, the camera shook. But yeah, so talk about a man with many lives and stuff. And he's always going to come out on top. I mean, 101. His solo stuff, and now this new era of his solo stuff, you know what I mean? And the reason why he started the first label was kind of like his dealings with the last one, so it's 9 lives, you know? So you know what, let go. I mean, it all kind of sounds so different, but it's also good. Like, it's so Kang Daniel, but it's new, but it's not. It's weird. Everything's much more like EDM driven, but like Kang Daniel, what works for him is he's like such a pop boy. You know what I mean? Like deeply rooted pop boy. Even though he does experiment a lot with genre, choreography, music videos, he's a pop boy through and through. And that's where I feel like he shines. I feel like that's what the album is kind of showing. And I like kind of like the last track conceptually being like, no matter how many times I fall, I get back up again every single time, and kind of like we're gonna be good, you know? That being like the last one's really nice. Kind of like it's good, like losing myself. It's like I'm not doing that anymore. In the end, we get back up every time. I like that. It's a good little sandwich. It's so good. It's also good. It's a great album. It really is. And again, it's like, it's interesting because it's just like they're experimenting. But at the same time, it's not like, it feels so authentically them. It's like, it's so weird. It's a very weird place to be in because it's just like, and the sounds are so different on the surface, but then it's just like, but I don't know. It just feels so him. You know, it really does. And it's like, that's what's so cool about it, I think, is that it feels like on the surface it's different like sounds you're hearing, but also at the same time it's not. It's so weird. Again, it's kind of like similar feeling that I got with like Taemin's latest album and stuff. It's like, oh no, Taemin has done all these before, but this is like remix version of that. You know what I mean? This one is definitely a lot more EDM driven of an album overall. So I think that's what's also so different. But I feel like, again, where I feel like Kang Daniel shines brightest is like as a main pop boy. You know what I mean? Even though that's not what he is, but it is what he is, that's kind of where he shines. Like very, very well. I don't know. That's where like, I don't know. That's my feelings. But like, yeah, I didn't like, he just, music wise, that's where he does. Music video wise, I'm like, that's where he does. But he does like experiment so much, even though, okay, this is where I kind of like, even though his like music videos and sounds and choreography and stuff aren't necessarily within that concept, but it works so well for him. It's like, but it just works so well for him. But again, it's not necessarily what he does or what he always wants to do or like, you know, that sort of thing. So it's very, very complex because maybe he doesn't necessarily want to be a main pop boy, but he likes putting out music and pop music and EDM and doing all these other things, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of like relatable for me. Like people look at me and kind of see bright, bubbly, colorful sort of thing, but like maybe what I'm more into is a different aesthetic. You know what I mean? So, like I've definitely, like I remember I was doing like a website for, oh, what class? I forgot what class it was, but it was just like, it was in film school, and it's like, oh, you make a website kind of showcasing you, who you are, that like people can go to and just get who you are. And at first I kind of had it in like a black and white sort of vibe, and I'm just like, I kind of like this aesthetic. And my professor was like, this isn't you. It's not you. So then when I changed it to be very colorful and like brighter, and I'm kind of just like much more of just like my personality versus kind of like where I would like my work to go, it was different, you know what I mean? And I was just like, ah. So I think I definitely really, like, I definitely get it, you know what I mean? Sort of KANG Daniel being in that space. But I think the album's fantastic. I think the track with Chung is my favorite. I like the production of it. It's more low-key, it's slower, it's emotional, but you could argue all the songs are emotional, maybe except for Get Loose, unless you're talking about happy emotions. But everything is really dope. It's all experimental. I was adding them all to my playlist while I was listening. But I personally know I'm gonna be listening to the one with Chung a lot more. I don't know. I like it. I like the vibes. It's a good driving vibe. It's a good, especially when I get out of work at midnight and I'm just driving, and sometimes I go on a little cruise through the neighborhood and I'm just like, and I just listen to music and I'm like in the moment, in the vibes. Come Back to Me is that song, you know what I mean? So I just know I'm gonna be listening to a lot more. I'm gonna listen to The Mall a lot, but I will be like, I think Come Back to Me is my favorite on the album. But I think it's great. It's a top-down listen. You can listen to it in a shuffle, but in a top-down listen, the sandwich of it all is really, really nice. So overall, it's a fantastic album. I love it. KANG Daniel always killed it, and it's another slay. Another day, another slay for him. Go to put your thoughts and comments down below to that about KANG Daniel's act. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, description down below, or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing, finishing Silent Hill 2 Remake, and finishing up Resident Evil Remastered. So if you can join me over there for that, link subscription down below. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.